Hi everyone, my name is Angel and I'm here to talk to you today about STEM equity. Now, most of you know that STEM is science, technology, engineering, and math. Well, then here comes equity in the equation. Well, equity is the act of gaining, almost like an investment, into a company or into yourself. And what I'm going to discuss with you is a pretty cool equation that you see right there, where it says to invest and express equals progress. But before I go too deep into the equation, I got to tell you a little bit about me first. I am an attractions engineering service manager at this place called Walt Disney World. I'm not sure if you've heard of it before, but I am a graduate from Purdue University and I have a master's also from UCF University. One of my biggest accomplishments or projects is being part of the opening team for Star Wars Land in Walt Disney World, along with being able to be a part of the opening team for Pandora Land of Avatar. And really cool fun fact, if you don't already know, is that I was the only female mechanic at the previous show, Lights, Motors, Action Extreme Stunt Show. All right. Well, creative ideas come from a diversity of minds. Amazing problem solving that has made our lives better came from diverse minds coming together. Well, how many of you out there actually know what a light bulb is? Okay, should be everybody. Now, how many actually use a light bulb? I'm going to think it's probably the same amount of people that just raised their hands. Well, most of us know about Thomas Edison as far as who invented the light bulb. But how many of you know about Lewis Latimer? Well, I'm here to tell you about him. The light bulb was indeed invented by Thomas Edison, but Lewis Latimer created a longer lasting light bulb with a carbon filament. Latimer was the son of a runaway slave, and in his 20s, he began work in patent law firm after serving in the military for the Civil War. He was recognized for his talents drafting patents and was promoted to head draftsman, where he co-invented things for the railroad, the telephone, and of course, what we're talking about today, the light bulb. So Lewis Latimer also worked closely with other scientists. It was a diverse group of people. You know, Thomas Edison had a different background than Lewis Latimer. And yet Thomas Edison came up with the original light bulb. Unfortunately, the filament used to burn really fast. When he came up with the carbon filter, not only did it make it cheaper so that others were able to actually purchase the light bulb, but it also made the light bulb last longer. And like I said before, he also worked with Alexander Graham Bell, inventor of the telephone, and in addition to that, had 7 US patents. Well, I have to give credit where credit is due. Thomas Edison is the inventor of the light bulb. However, he was also one of the first inventors to apply the principles of organized science and teamwork to the process of invention, working with many researchers and employees. And that's also partially why Lewis Latimer was able to work with him. So it took a group of diverse minds from all over, all backgrounds, and they all came together to give us a usable product that helps us out today, to this day. All right, so let's go back to the equation that we saw earlier. To invest and express equals progress. Let's start with the to invest portion. Well, like you see there, to, and in parentheses, we have invest. The purpose of this is to say that rather than just investing in yourself, invest in somebody else that's outside your inner circle. And that just means, working with somebody and doing a collaborative effort of trying to pull information together. Because, how many times have you stared at something for a very long time and all of a sudden somebody else comes into a space and then they say, oh, well, why didn't you see this right here? And you're saying, wait, I've been staring at this for so long. How were you able to see it? Well, it's amazing what a clear head and a different perspective coming from somebody else can bring to light. Go figure, light bulb, get it, okay. But we can't have this without having action items. So I have action items for you. So this is your time to get out your notebook paper or get your phone out and write your notes, but there's some action items for you. So to invest, first step is embrace collaboration. Make sure that the environment and space that you are making or creating for either your work, for school, for play, is a safe environment where people feel comfortable with expressing their ideas. Because some of the most brilliant ideas come from when people are comfortable and they feel safe and secure and that they're able to share their ideas. Okay. Second thing, you got to look to improve. Look for problems that you see around you that could possibly be improved. And look, of course, do your history and research and make sure and find out if maybe somebody else has already looked into it. And who knows, maybe you might be the Lewis Latimer and you may create something that is more functional and usable for everybody around. And third, make sure to invest in somebody outside your inner circle. I cannot stress this enough because this is huge for all. We all win when we are able to allow somebody else to come into our inner circle. And with that, I got to show you or mention to you one of my favorite quotes. The task is not so much to see what no one has seen, but to think what nobody has yet thought about, that which everybody sees. So it's not about being the first to invent it. It's about trying to find other ways to look at it and to even make it better. Okay? All right. So now let's go to express. So for express, be okay with sharing your story. Okay? So that might be a simple story about what you are working on and be comfortable with that. I know it gets a little stressful sometimes when you want to share information that you're working on. Of course, if it's work related, proprietary, but you want to share something that you're working on and you may possibly be inventing, but it will be amazing when you open yourself up to hearing another person's ideas. They're not going to know about what you're working on unless you share your story. Second thing, ask yourself, have you been open to a diverse perspective? Think on that one a little bit. Think on it. Think about if you are in a session with your friends and you say, I think that chocolate is the best candy ever. And then your friend comes in and says, no, lollipops are the best. And you're like, nope, not going to hear it. And your friend says, no, let me explain to you why lollipops are. You're like, no, I'm not. It's only chocolate. You're not being open to a diverse perspective because who knows, maybe the person who really likes lollipops, they might tell you something that you didn't know. And you may say, I never thought of it like that. Now, grant, that's a very simplified version, but just think about it and ask yourself, am I open to a diverse perspective? Then you got to make sure you put your seasoning on your thoughts and the things that you come up with. And now you're probably asking, Angel, what do you mean my seasoning? Well, everybody knows somebody that can make spaghetti, right? Okay. Your seasoning is what do you put on the spaghetti that makes it special? Because everybody's spaghetti don't taste the same. So you got to put a little bit of yourself, which is what I call your seasoning. Sprinkle that on there and that personalizes it so that it makes it a part of you. Okay. And then always question and always wonder why. It is okay to ask questions. That's one of the best things about learning and being a learning environment, that you have to continue to ask questions because you might get more answers by asking more questions. So now we're at the final portion of the problem, and that is progress. And believe me, there is no problem with progressing because as long as we're moving forward, we are progressing. And as long as we can do it together and we're making an investment, whether it's in ourselves or somebody that is around us, or maybe it's a friend at work, or maybe it's even in a STEM program that is at your school, we're only doing better for our environment, for those around us, and who knows, we might be helping out the future. And don't forget to express as well, because you still got to put that little bit of your seasoning on whatever ideas that you come up with. Well, everyone, that's my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. More than anything, I hope it makes you think. And I hope that you are open to the ideas that were shared here today. And like I said, to invest and express equals our progress. Thank you.